You ever have a dream and you wake up from the dream because you experience such an intense emotion in the dream that it was just too much for you to be able to stay asleep? And then more than that, that emotion stayed with you once you woke up, and you had to spend the entirety of your day fighting that emotion, reminding yourself that it came from a dream and wasn't based on anything in reality, and you did nothing all day except grit your teeth against that emotion? Who knows why I'm bringing that up right now? Hello, and welcome to another late night Saturday stream. Tonight we are playing more Chicory because I think we're through all the trials now, and it sounds like we gotta go talk to Blackberry and be what up? Hey, how come one of these evil trees was yours? And we are barreling towards some exciting revelations and points, and I am excited to get to it. So, let's get to it. My entire situation is a little goofed up today here. Tablet is here. Okay, this is good. Keyboard needs to go over here-ish. And hopefully I won't ruin my back through hunching the entire time. Alright, let's get into it. No, yeah, that seems right. Okay. Attention. Hey, this is Chicory. A colorful tale. And let's pick up where we left off. Chapter 10. The Brush. Pizza! Pizza, wake up! That's not Chicory's voice. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. I caught you washing down the river. Oh, wow, we made it all the way to the other edge of the map. Thought for a second that... Well, I'm glad you're okay. If you were hurt because of me, I don't know what I'm okay. But Chicory, it wasn't you in there. It was Blackberry. I think she feels terrible about what happened. Well, she has a real way of showing it. But I guess that means it really is from the brush. Not just me. Not just you. If Blackberry's there too, it could mean every wielder's through history is in there somewhere. Chicory, I think you should talk to Blackberry about what happened. If she has something to say to me, she can say it herself. Oh, shoot. This is a trial I never really finished, so I nearly forgot about the ritual at the end. Ritual? The theme of the trial is master passing on to student. You're supposed to earn the respect of your master. Me. And I'm supposed to formally accept you. Maybe with, like, a handshake or something? But did I earn your respect? Pizza. You... You did way more than earn my respect. So much of this happened because I didn't have anyone to talk to or anywhere to turn. But you've been there for me. You've had a strength that I kind of admire. And I happily accept you as my successor. Damn, like a handshake. And a hug! Ah, I missed a hug. This is it, Pizza. You've completed all the wielder trials. Your bond with the brush has powered up. You now have full control of the brush. All of your paint abilities are stronger. You can even swim up waterfalls. Oh! You're finally strong enough to face the corruption on top of the Wielder Tower. How do you feel? I'm not sure. I'm proud of you, Pizza. All of these corruptions should have been my problem alone, and facing them all made me want to give up. But you stood up to everything. I'm so glad you were here. I really don't deserve you. But I'll be there to cheer for you. When you're ready, come meet me in luncheon. Okay. First thing I do is misclick into the hops. Okay, that's fine. Hey, well, we're gonna go talk to, I almost said Banquo. I watched Romeo and Juliet the other day. Sorry, Romeo plus Juliet. We gotta go talk to Blackberry because what the hell? Alright, we're down here. I'm gonna take us up. No, we're over here. Where the hell are we? It says we're over here. Well, I want to take us up the river because this is a... need to go up the waterfall to get here, I believe. Yeah, because the top side had rocks. And we could go, get everything. But really, I think I just want to talk to Blackberry, who I believe is down here somewhere. Or Blackberry... Their house was... Here it is. By the Yum Cave. Oh, there's no good bench over there. Wait. The Yum Cave goes from there to here? Wow, that's a lot. Alright, well, I'll find some way over there. This says we're over here. Oh, wait. Yeah, I do kind of remember getting over here. Okay, so wait. If it's stronger, can we swim up? No, we can't swim up any wall yet. But we can swim up waterfalls. Oh, it takes a while, but we can swim up waterfalls. That's a phone booth. No, really, I want a bench. Is this gonna be it? Did I solve this puzzle already and I just don't remember it? There's a lot of stuff I'm not remembering well today. Okay. Swim through here, over here. Huh! Okay. Now we're over here and... Oh! 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 It's a thing. What do we get? You got helm. Ooh! Like a knight's helmet? Okay, interesting. Alright. Do we have... Oh, okay, wait. Because this is walls right here. Oh! Hello. Alright, what's our colors here? Oh. P. Heard there was a cool colored place out here, so I had to see. And I love it. It's so bold and simple and striking. Keep up the good work. Okay, so we got orange with the darker walls and the lighter thing. So we can go orange with the darker walls and the lighter thing. You know, thing. Mew. 40. I forget, was 40 like... We heard something about like with the... Oh, I don't know this place. Let her... Who are you? Oh, shoot, science. You two strike me as... You would... Dr. Cheese and Cashew. Okay, what's up, Dr. Cheese? Well, well, well. I was wondering when you'd find your way here. I'm Dr. Cheese, a scientist. I study all sorts of things, but I'm probably best known for my color theories. So you can imagine, I've been quite excited to meet you. That brush of yours is a really special thing. But through our research, we found ways to replicate color, and potentially make new ones, too. Well, that's still just a theory. Still, we would love to collaborate with you. If our theory is correct, we could make a brush style that lets you create your own colors. It's still just a prototype, but would you be interested in making your own colors? Abso-frickin-lutely. I thought you might. First, you'll need to design the colors you want. I'll let you tinker away. Okay, I kinda had a feeling. What do I like? Okay, I like a nice, like a deep blue. I also like a nice, like, lighter kind of blue. Okay. If I'm going with blues, I probably want oranges, a little like that, and this one's probably just going to be a little more yellow than straight orange. Do I want it brighter? See, like, I want it bright. You know what? I want it bright through. No. Desaturation always makes a color appear less bright. So, yeah, this one's gonna. I'm trying to just look over here and see how they look next to each other. A purple is always good. Let's go with a solid purple. Because also then the purple and the orange are going to go there the way the orange and the blue go together. Also like a nice, I like a nice, like, sort of very light pink. So I think that'll work pretty well. And what am I really missing here? Okay, I could use like a green. There's not very many greens that I like. So let's talk about, I do like kind of like a hunter green, but a little less like that. And then what's the last color I would want? I could go black. Oh no, you can't go black. The closest you can get is this very sort of dark gray. Well, I don't have any real reds, but I have my orange and yellows, green, blues, purples and pinks. I don't have any real reds. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really like to work in reds because reds are a very sort of like intense color. They've got a lot of like negative connotation to them. Red is the color of warning, you know. I would maybe actually go with another blue. Like a very yeah, kind of like up in here. Let's go with that. Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're going to process these colors into a brush style. The experiment was a success. You got a brush style. Give me that. We're gonna put this in 3. I'll leave the heart over here though. So fill. Let's put this in 2. Switch up to star. 3, 4. Yeah, okay, I like that. If you turn that brush style on, you'll be able to paint with your own custom colors. Once it's on, you can combine it with other styles too. We can update the colors here anytime. I'd encourage you to go test it any way you can. All right. Hey, Cashew, what you got to say?
Hi, I'm Dr. Cheese's assistant. I collect color samples for her study, mostly from the colors you've been leaving around picnic. I help out around the lab sometimes too. There's never a dull moment here. It's the cutting edge of color research.
Okay, but hey, look over here. I mean, I do want to find out. Oh, so many colors. Oh, okay, I feel pretty good about these colors. All right, let me go figure out how to get in there. Here we go. Hello. Gift. You got Robo. Okay. That makes a certain sense. Yeah, let me go ask y'all. Let me talk to you again. You got something.
Dr. Cheese is really incredible. She was doing groundbreaking research while still in school. I came up studying those papers. So it's a real privilege to work closely with her.
I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that talking to her again is gonna give me a chance to change the colors. Okay. Again though, how do we get out of here? You know what? We can go down this way. Right, because the beach. This is the beach town. This is Brecky. Okay, here's a bench. Oh, you two are great. How would you like new colors? I feel like you would be good with that. And you would be... Actually... Yeah, now you two look good together. Let's get a lift somewhere. We want to go... Right, we gotta go talk to frickin' Blackberry about some stuff she should have told us before. Let's go to luncheon, but I'm not to the tower yet. Oh my goodness! Also good, Blackberry's here.
Hey, what's up, Cardamom? Wow. It got so scary here. I can't believe you're really going in to fight it. You're very brave, Pizza. I was never such a good wielder. Hope it goes okay.
Wait. Was Cardamom a previous wielder? Is that what they just said? Pizza. I know Chicory's trained you all she can, so I'm placing my trust in the two of you. Please, annihilate this corruption. We're all counting on you. Hey, no, we got some more shit to say to you, Blackberry? No, that's not... That is not sufficient for a talk with Blackberry. Come on now. I'm gonna go to their house and egg it with my new colors, I guess. Just make a quick side trip, you know what I'm saying? Is it like messing with all the colors around here? It is, isn't it? Or has it darkened everything and now the it's darkened everything and now the ink is glowing. Ink? Paint. Now the paint is glowing. Alright, if this is the Yum Cave, then you're telling me this should be a good, like, shortcut? Yeah, where does this one let out? Uh-huh. Perfect. Yeah, hey, what's up? So, Pizza, how are things progressing? Blackberry, I saw something in Brunch Canyon. Oh. I know about what happened between you and Chicory. And I know how horrible you feel about it. Chicory is still suffering because of it too. I know it's not really my business, but did you ever think about telling her you're sorry? I've thought about it, but that opportunity likely passed a long time ago. No, I know it was hard for her, under me. But life was going to be hard for her unless she toughened up. Someone had to prepare her. And in the end, it wasn't enough, was it? She crumbled so quickly under the weight of that brush. You didn't have to be that way. Hell yeah, Pizza, let her have it. I'm not so sure. Well, in hindsight, I wish I wasn't. I wish that, at least, we could have stayed friends. But when it came to it, I didn't decide to be her friend. I decided to be her teacher. And maybe I failed at that too. But I did try. So you don't regret how you treated Chicory? At all? I regret that it hurt her. Maybe I chose the wrong successor. But I believed in her so much. She was so gifted. I was sure she'd surpass me. All she needed was someone to push her. Someone to remind her she could be better. I know it's not easy, but I did it myself. And I thought I'd finally found in her someone who could do what I did. What'd you do? I know Chicory wanted to be like you so badly, but she wasn't you. Treating her like that was so unfair. If she had a problem, she should have said something sooner. Fuck off, you. Okay, Blackberry sucks. I don't think you gave her that chance. You made her think she had to be perfect. And she tried so hard in silence. Is that what she told you? You should talk to her yourself. It's far too late for that. She despises me. And maybe she's right too. Maybe I don't deserve to be in her life again. It's not my place to decide anymore. Motherfucker, you still owe her an apology. She doesn't have to accept it, but for you to do the right thing, you got to apologize. You got to try. And if it's not accepted, then you have to apologize regardless of if she's going to forgive you or not. Is the thing, Blackberry? I guess I just wish you and Chicory could talk about it and be friends again someday. It doesn't feel right for things to be left this way. I want to fix it. I wish it were so simple. Motherfucker, you don't know shit. Give it a shot. Everything you've been so sure of has been fucking wrong so far. But it's not your problem to fix. I want so badly to go back to the way things were. For Chicory to forgive me. But I have no right to ask for that. I can't change how I hurt her. Maybe someday we'll talk again. But maybe we won't. That's something I had to learn to accept. And you will too. Motherfuckers like this are also super familiar to real life. People who are so like what we're actually sure of here, if you break it or what we're looking at here, is somebody who is extremely confident in someone who has like a very like sure and fatalistic perspective, assumptions even about how badly they fucked up. Like this is a fucked up way to be, but you can trace it to how they have sort of like they are very confident about their own wrongs, about the damage they've done and about the repercussions thereof, such that they have sort of taken their wrongness as a truth and are making assumptions from there. Like they are already past they already are so sure that they have done something so bad that they cannot make up for it and are working from there. Like not even trying to make up for it because they are so sure that they have done so badly that trying to fix it would make things worse, maybe. But just they're like they're acting in a shitty way. They are missing the point of like they're missing the point of what the right action to do is, because they are working on they are working on assumptions about the truth of negative elements of themselves. And the thing about that is actually still like a pitiable character, I guess, because that is the extent to which they have internalized and accept these negative things about themselves. And this is somebody who truly believes himself to be irredeemable with such conviction that they're not even trying to redeem themselves, you know? It's like kind of what she was just saying is, you know, I've already come to terms with the fact that I fucked up this badly and there's nothing that can be done about it. Therefore, I'm not even going to try to do anything about it because nothing can be done. Like, she has accepted the more, like, self-negative truth. Like, she did she accepted a very hard thing, which is that she's garbage. But it's this thing where, like, you know, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's almost like a self-fulfilling label. She has defined herself as evil, and working under that label she has given herself, she is now acting more evil. She is acting more like, you know, kind of the bad guy of the situation. But the thing is, like, again, her actions are based on her conviction to this negative self-image. The sad part of the story is that she has internalized this negative self-image. That sucks. Like, she needs somebody to support her too, and just be like, hey, you know, she might not forgive you, but that doesn't make you irredeemable, you know? That doesn't make it so, you know, just because you've done a bad thing doesn't make you a bad guy, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't even try to do the right thing in the follow through. You know, that's kind of the lesson that she needs now to learn, or to really like process and be guided to, in order to undo this, like, I'm the bad guy mentality. You know, I feel like that's, if the last thing to do is to go deal with the thing on the tower, A, I'm going to be shocked if this is actually going to be the last session, but B, like, I'm almost now a little let down that Blackberry isn't also going to get this redemption arc. Like, sure, I get it, because the game is called Chicory. It's not called Blackberry. And I'm still feeling really weirded out that, like, Pizza is now officially the wielder. That doesn't feel right, honestly, in terms of, like, arcs. But it only kind of doesn't feel like, because, like, what is the end of Chicory's, like, arc now? Like, it almost feels bad, because, like, if the brush is officially passed on, has Chicory officially, like, successfully run away from, you know, the role of being the wielder? She's clearly, like, relieved in a way. She's relieved to have a friend, for sure. But the idea of, like, it's not necessarily, like, the, like, if the result of her arc is that she's not, you know, in constant pain anymore, but she's also not necessarily a better person for it, like maybe I keep harping on this, maybe this is just something I think about a lot, but, like, I don't think a redemption arc is necessarily finished until the person successfully, or at least attempts to make right the harms that they've caused. And, like, you know, putting the responsibility of wielder onto Pizza, like, yeah, Pizza volunteered to help, but Pizza volunteered to help, not necessarily to take over. Was willing to, because that's, you know, what they see as helping Chicory, but like that's also not necessarily like, it's not healthy for either of them, really, I think. So I'm really curious if we are going to address that by the end, or if this is going to become a maybe like a less, there might not be a completely happy ending. There might be a things are like, honestly, I think people communicating with each other and issues being out in the open would be a positive change in the state of the world. But I now don't know if this game is going to be concerned with like resolving any of these like character emotional stakes. Like we might be able to change something and help something, but I am not convinced that we are going to fix anything by the end of this game. We might leave this game, people might still not be happy. But I ain't leaving Blackberry alone until she refuses to talk to me anymore. That is how I try to fix problems that has happened to me in real life. It's a thing about me. I am also stubborn about trying to help people even if they don't necessarily want help. It's an issue. I'm working on it. I understand that I now recognize it as like a moral gray ground, because you can help people that don't want help, but sometimes you gotta be the jerk who won't let an issue drop to get somebody to at least think about the issue and then maybe change for the better somewhere down the road. I don't want to think this much about this right now. Hey, Blackberry, you're the bad guy right now. What's up? I don't want to discuss this anymore with you. Please go. I need to be alone. Leave me be. Fine. Well, see, now I could use a bright red is the thing. There. That's my graffiti. Fine. I tried. I said, hey, you should go apologize. Okay, if I were having that conversation in real life, I would add the point of like, hey, I just talked to Chicory and you're right. She hates you for it. But that doesn't absolve you from the responsibility of trying to apologize, even if it won't be accepted. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, check it. Pepper and I moved more stuff out to make room. If you want some, it's yours. Toy set, sweet set, camp set. Probably sweet set. Did you want to take that sweet set? Yeah. You got sweet set. I've actually got more crap to clean out here. If you wait a sec, you can take another set. Oh, dang. Toy set, fancy set. Let's take a fancy set. Did you want to take that fancy set? Yeah. You got fancy set. Hang on. I just did a recount, and turns out Pizza's found every last lost kid. Whoa, no kidding. Pizza, thank you so much for your hard work. Thanks to you, all these kids are safe and happy. And I got to meet Beans, too. Oh, jeez. I don't think we can thank you enough, but why don't you take the rest of this decor? You got toy set, You got camp set. Thank you. Thanks for all your help. Wow. So many kids. Beans. I gotta say, it's a relief to know no more kids are gonna show up. Pretty much at my limit here. Although, having Pepper here makes it not quite so bad. Aww. So this really is all the kids, huh? Guess it's kind of a relief, but there's so many for us to take care of. I'll have to stick around as long as Beans lets me. Oh, are you two girlfriends now? Yay. Yep. Okay. Alright, let's go deal with this shit. The end is just ahead. All those trials, all our preparation, it's all come down to this. So, you feel ready? So ready. Bring it on, giant scary corruption. Well, before you go, we've got to talk about what's going to happen after. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I think we should destroy the brush. The brush connects with the worst parts of us and makes them real. It lets us make beautiful things, but it's also carrying the darkness of every past wielder. And at this point, it's a threat to everyone in Picnic. That thing is evil. And destroying it is the right thing to do. What do you think? Oh. This fight won't fix it, because Chicory's right. If it carries, like, the darkness of all the past wielders, like, it'll only build up with time. Won't the world lose color? Yeah. I think that seems pretty self-evident. But it's been around so long, it's just a bad argument. Tradition and sort of being the norm doesn't make it good. But I also don't know if I agree that we should destroy it. There's an argument that I would make that is not here, so I think I'm going to go with won't the world lose color. Eventually, yeah, everything would go black and white again, and there'll be no way to fill it back. I'm not stoked about that either. But if we keep it around, people will get really hurt because of it. We have to decide if that's worth the risk. Would it be so bad to stay black and white if it meant everyone was safe? What do you think? Okay, but again, like, the reason that my argument is not one of the ones presented here is because I recognize that, like, line of logic, and it's one that I've, like, had to contend to, and I have a personal argument against, which is you are saying, like, that is an argument that errs on the side of security over risk. That is an argument based in a seat of fear. Like it's not taking into account, like it's saying, hey, this good thing comes with the bad risk, but it's also like, hey, this bad risk comes with something really good. Like, so, like, we've seen all the NPCs, like, wandering around the world and just being, like, gobsmacked at everything we've colored in. And while a lot of the time it was this pressure for, you know, it was, you know, feeding into this imposter syndrome pressure on pizza. But also, like, people are probably actually really jazzed about it. Like, this is an argument that really underplays the value of the good. And, you know, as somebody who, maybe I shouldn't be proud of this, but I feel a little proud because it makes me feel special as somebody with, like, treatment-resistant severe depression. Like, that is the logic of somebody who experiences the negative far more strongly than they experience the positive. Like, this is a line of logic that it makes a lot of sort of narrative, emotional sense for Chicory to come at it with, because she clearly has, a lot of depression and anxiety, and is, has a beast inside of her that says, hey, this is too much for me, take it off of me, this is not worth it, whatever it is, whatever the reward is. Like, this is the logic of somebody who is like, I would rather things stagnate than to be hurt again. But it's also a line of logic of somebody who has not, the line of logic of somebody who is like, maybe still not aware that is what that logic is rooted in, is in this fear and in this like inability to see the good in things, to see the value of good things, and is someone who is willing to sort of like it is sort of like the main urge of depression, right? The urge to say, hey, let everything disintegrate and crumble on its own. Let's not make it worse, but also let's not do anything good, It is a logic that only values sort of a security and does not at all value positive things. So I'm going to go with everything but we should destroy it, because to me this conversation is not about the brush. It is still about what Chicory's depression is doing to her value system and her priorities, and like this has been a lot to deal with. They're handling it together. Like, she's I think it's also something that comes from like, she recognizes that pizza is there and helping her and is a lot, but like hasn't fully internalized it. So when it comes to these really big questions, she's still acting from this place of herself without support, and that's why there's still fear, because she never had support. She didn't get it from BlackBerry. She's getting it from pizza, but look at how long it took for her to like recognize it and even accept the help, so I don't hold it against her, but destroying the brush is not what this conversation only happens because there's a conversation based on the logic she's using that could be had. And if that conversation was had, either this conversation would go extremely difficult or extremely differently, or might be moot entirely, Oops. Who cares how long it's been around? That doesn't make it any less evil. It just means we've been more trained to accept it without questioning why. Screw that. That's not a way to make a decision. I agree with her there. If it's hurting us, we should question why it's here. What do you think? I'm not... Every single wielder has fought corruptions, but it still has our imprint in it. If fighting back actually fixed it, then we wouldn't be in this situation. Everything in the world takes maintenance. What is it? Entropy? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Like, all things, the nature of the universe is to trend towards like disintegration and chaos and falling apart. Like, yeah, everything takes maintenance. relationships takes maintenance, healthy body and mind take maintenance, and like, yeah, this system of the beauty and the corruptions of being the wielder that also takes maintenance. Maybe the problem will seem to go away for a bit, but then it'll come back. Probably even worse. That's an assumption. That's why I wanted to bring this up now. It tricks us into thinking everything's okay, but it's the root of all the corruptions. And I bet the only way to get rid of them is to annihilate the source. And it's not just that. After everything the brush has done to me, I want it gone. What do you think? I still think we shouldn't. It doesn't feel right. Even if it is dangerous, destroying it just can't be the right answer. Not long ago, I'd have agreed with you, but I don't see another way now. You should be careful. Don't let that thing inside your head. It already was! You've still got a battle to get through. It let me inside your head, Chicory, and we still kicked its ass. We were inside Blackberry's head, and we beat her up too. You've still got a battle to get through. Good luck, Pizza. Actually, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. Oh? What is it? Never mind. I'll ask you afterwards. I should focus on the battle for now. No, that's too frustrating. Yo, for real, never bring up you have something to talk about unless you're willing to talk about it then and there. And again, let me tell you something from personal experience. There is never a right time to bring something up. There's never, oh, I'll wait till later, I'll wait till they're in a better mood, I'll wait till nothing else is coming up. The world is noisy and busy and chaotic. Something always comes up. The moment you think of it, the moment it starts weighing on you, that's the first best time to bring something up. There's never going to be a better time than when it's weighing on you. Otherwise, you're just bottling it in, and there's never going to be a right time to bring something up. When there's a problem, when there's an issue, when there's a concern, bring it up. There is no good reason to wait. Pizza, that means you better come back. I mean, I know you will. You've got this. Everyone came to luncheon to cheer for you. I promise I'll make you proud. But seriously, you're gonna leave me hanging like that? What were you gonna ask? Sorry, it's just not a good... This is one of Pizza's emotional flaws. Pizza doesn't have this sense of what I just said. It's never a good time. There is no such thing as a good time to bring up a bad subject. That's... Bringing up the subject, by definition, makes it a bad time. So just bring it up. Don't bottle things up. We have friends and, family, if you're lucky, to support us. And if they're good friends, they are willing to help you with a bad time. And sometimes you need to bring up, like, hey, I got this bad time I got to bring up. And it can be like, all right, I might not be able to help you with it right now, but hit me with it, and I'll help with it when I can. I'll start figuring out how to help with it. Sometimes that's... If you got somebody that you feel like you can't bring up something heavy with, like, there is a weakness in that relationship. Either, if you're assuming about them that they can handle it, or if you know that they're not going to handle it well, or you can't bring yourself to, you don't trust them or feel comfortable enough with them to bring that thing up to them, there's... I don't know if I want to call it a weakness. Maybe that relationship isn't strong enough at that point. But also, if an issue comes up that is that big and going to be that heavy to talk about, but you feel like you can't talk about it, there is like conflict in the traits of the relationship. I don't know if I've thought about it enough to say it anymore like that, but like there's something about that relationship that is causing this issue that someone feels the need to bring up, but also it's not close enough, or like it is deep enough for something that heavy to come up, but yet it's also not deep enough where the trust and comfort there to bring it up. There's not that trust where you can bring it up. There's a gap in that relationship that's gonna make it a mess. How about that? It's gonna make it a mess. Well, you better not forget what it was. I won't. I'll do my best up there. Thanks for all your help, Chicory. Sure. If I just keep playing here, you think Pizza will bring it up? Okay. Good luck, Pizza. I taught you everything I could. And you've come so far. We're so close to the end now. Just one last push. Oh, I want a hard save here, but this game doesn't do that. Alright, let's go. Hey, can I just paint away this whole tree? So whose tree is this? Is this ours? Is this Chicory's? Is this Blackberry's? Are we going to see other wielders in here, you think? Because it is on the wielder tower, and the wielder tower is the hub of the wielder lineage. Not counting the tree with all the flowers there, you would think that would be, but this is where we saw everybody's, self-portraits and all of that. Oh, we didn't go inside to look at our self-portrait yet. I do want to go look at that. That seems like something worth looking at before the end. Oh gosh, we're up there. Blackberry's here. Chicory's there. We're up there. Oh, and it's playing it back. This was a really fun moment. Fun doesn't feel like the right word, but this was a hell of a moment. Yeah. That'll be nice to have at the end of the playthrough. That goes in this folder. Hey, is this our room now? That's our painting of Chicory! Oh, she hung it up! Oh, that's so good! That's so cute. Again, is this our room now? If we're, officially the wielder? We live in the tower? Is Chicory gonna be our janitor now? Custodian, perhaps? Yeah, somebody else keep an eye if anyone from these portraits comes up in the fight. I don't know if I'll be able to notice if I'm having the fight. Alright, let's do this. What's in here? What are we dealing with? Boy, this is a big one, huh? We have no mapping here, right? No. Hello? Oh, that didn't do it. I wonder if it's based on number of screens you progress through. Why is it so big in here? It's a good question. Ugh. I wish I wasn't so nervous. Everyone's counting on me. Especially Chicory. I need to rise up to this. I mean, yeah, you want to talk about why it would be unfair for Chicory to pass it on officially to Pizza is because this is the thing about Pizza, is like from the very start, Pizza volunteered to help Chicory, kind of no matter the like very like Pizza has like a willingness to help without boundaries, which is bad for Pizza, and that's one of those things that is like very easy to accidentally exploit, because they'll just say, yeah, no, happy to help no matter what, even if they're already overstressed. So that's something where like, if you care about Pizza, you need to say, hey, no, you've done enough. Let me take this back from you. You don't need to take on everything. I will carry this for you, and I will take it from you if you cannot bring yourself to hand it over. I will take care of you by taking this away from you if you are not in a state to sort of hand it off yourself, if you believe you're yourself responsible for this thing that you are not. But it would also be kind of funny if the gag is just like, you don't fight memory or anything in here. It's just you sort of. It's the worst thing of all. It's a chance to be alone with your thoughts. The most evil. Oh boy, we're slowing down too. Why am I so still nervous talking to Chicory? I should have said something. But I guess I'm most worried about letting her down. She needs me to be ready for this. And I know the trials were supposed to make me a real wielder, but even after everything, I don't feel different at all. Maybe it's because you're not. You're not real. No, I'm not. But it's still true. I've been afraid to ask her, but I need to know. Why did Chicory choose me to be the wielder? Did she really think at the time it was a good idea? You're asking her shadow? You already know the answer, don't you? She didn't. I know she really didn't. Everything happened by accident. I just got the brush because I happened to be there. Part of me still hoped that I really was special. I just hadn't figured out how yet. But Pizza, you are special. I know that's what she'd really say, but it feels just as real coming from you. Why? I thought all I ever wanted was for her to believe in me. But even if she does, I still feel like a nobody. It's because there's nothing you can do, or anyone can say, to change what you really are. Ooh! You don't deserve this brush. Never have, never will. I like that I still kind of have control of it, but it's just trapped. Don't you think it's time you gave it back? Whoa. Oh, you're awake. Pizza, are you okay? We aren't sure what happened. We found you outside the tower, passed out. You must have been through so much. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Can you walk? Sometimes you just need to sit. All right, that's your dad. Oh, good dad. Oh, good. I'm so glad you can at least move. Pizza, we were also worried for you. And, well, we don't know where the brush is. Do you? I think that's worrying everyone quite a bit, too. It's okay, sweetie. You don't need to say it right now if you don't want to. Take your time and rest here. But when you're ready, maybe you should go back to luncheon. Everyone is looking for the brush there, including Chicory. It might be good to speak with her. Thanks. Hey, kiddo. Sorry about whatever happened. We all mess up sometimes, you know? It's okay, though. Promise. Your ma and I still love you, no matter what. Hey, buddy. Hey, Clementine. Just a hug. Damn. Damn, that's good. Are you gonna be okay? I don't know. I don't know is a valid answer. By the way, if people don't accept I don't know as a valid answer, like, they're the assholes. There's a lot of shit humans don't know. There's a lot of shit individual humans don't know. How about that? For sure. Honestly, I don't know should be the expected answer when you ask any question. That's how I feel, honestly. If you get a better answer than if you get a clearer answer than I don't know, that's honestly a surprise to me. I'm so sorry, Pizza. Maybe it was all too much. It's totally up to you what you want to do. Okay? If you want to stop now and let everyone else figure out what happens next, that's okay. You already gave so much. See, there's somebody who gets how you gotta treat somebody like this. I love you, Pizza. It's gonna be okay. I'm just glad you're still here. Believe me, your old man screwed up a plenty of times. More times than I can remember. That's just part of life, right? It's no big deal. It's okay, Pizza. Whatever happened, I know you did your best. We all know that. We've really been asking so much of you. Too much. Too much. I love you, Pizza. No matter what. Okay? You don't have to talk to me now. But when you're ready, you can. Maybe some fresh air will be nice. Express joy. Oh, right. Remember when we did this? I barely remember when we did this. Sure. That's actually kind of interesting if it's sort of like taking us to all the places where we had to like to see our mandatory. God, look at the look on Pizza's face. Ooh. Actually, yeah, this sucks, but it is the thing we're contending with right now. God, and we got a like normal. Wait, can we take the bus? There's a note on the bench. It says, due to seemingly apocalyptic circumstances, we have had to temporarily halt transit services. We hope to have renewed service soon. We apologize for the inconvenience. The Picnic Transit Team. good. I was gonna say this seems like a you gotta have a down moment of a long walk back. Oh, I forgot to swim up the river. I wanted to do that. No music. Oh, can we not get in this way? Oh. Wait, where are we going to have to go then if we can't get in this way? I can't swim. I can't even jump. That's weird when you can't even jump. Oh, hello. Lemon, right? Oh, pizza. I thought I might find you here. Everyone's looking for the brush, but, well, I was just getting in the way. So I came to check on you instead. You don't have a way back to luncheon, do you? I can help. Meet me 1 screen left and 2 down from here. Like we're planning a breakout? God, it's ominous, but like this is... Also, hey pizza, talk to Chicory. Actually ask her. There's not a good time to bring things up, so just bring it up. You made it. Well, here goes. I'm actually a fairly adept swimmer. I can take you across the river here, if you want. Okay, hang on. It's good. There's a good graphic. There's a lot going on here. I was gonna say, I thought we met like beavers and otters also during our adventure, but I guess she's from Lemon, so. Whew. You can head up from here to get to luncheon. I hope I was helpful. Usually I just feel like an annoyance. But I really appreciate what you've done, Pizza. I think everyone does. We all know you did your best. Everyone was just hoping you'd come back all right. Well, I'll be here. Yeah, there's like this... There is this weird thing going on where... Well, I guess this whole thing is about imposter syndrome, right? Because that's what was just going on. Like, the fact that all these NPCs, their words still ring hollow because they all basically say the same thing, and there's a thing about humans and mob mentality that when you hear the same piece of info, whether it's truth or a lie, most people tend to just sort of start to go, well, maybe it is right if I keep hearing it enough. And like mob mentality takes over, the idea of what's most common is most likely correct, which is not, by the way. I'm one of the people that doesn't work on, and that's not. But that also feeds right into it. That's kind of the weird thing about imposter syndrome, I guess, is that it works backwards. That it's like, if you hear it once and you don't feel it's true, and then you keep hearing it over and over and over again, you... Boy, what is it? It's almost like it then starts to reinforce the idea that it's fake because you're hearing it over and over. It's like no, if I was hearing something true, then different people would have different things to say, especially if it's about me, because, you know, people are different, the relationships between people are different, you know, whatever. But like the idea that, like, even when everybody's being nice, if you think you don't deserve it, then no amount of repetition of that is going to, like, if you really feel you don't deserve it, then it'll sound hollow once, it'll sound hollow in every repetition, and it'll turn into this, like the imposter syndrome twists it into validation of the imposter syndrome, rather than mob mentality taking over and going, wow, maybe it's true if everybody says it. Like, it becomes like, no, everybody says it. They're all repeating the same lie. You know, that's a tricky one, but like, to just reinforce that a little bit here, like, even everyone in your house saying like, we all love you and this, and it's like, we have no reason to believe them wrong. They probably do mean it. They absolutely mean it. You know, there's like I said, there's no evidence to the contrary. But it is this weird thing of like, if you feel this big thing weighing on you, but you don't see that reflected anywhere, if this thing that is a big deal to you and you feel like nobody else sees it as a big deal, it makes you feel isolated. It makes you feel alone. And it makes you feel like if other people aren't seeing it, maybe they don't believe it, maybe they don't think it's real, maybe they're not looking close enough, maybe they are, misinformed. If it, regardless, it isolates you. I think that's the real big thing about it. Even if everybody is showing you support, you end up feeling alone, because if you're not hearing that support from yourself, but you are hearing that support from everyone else, you still feel isolated because everyone is saying something different from what you believe. That's one of the fucked up things about depression and the way it operates on you. The things the beast says, the things the beast convinces you of. Hey, Pickle. Ah, hey. Are you doing all right? You don't look so good. Well, nothing looks good right about now. Kind of feels like we might all die. Lol. But sorry about whatever happened. We're just doing our best, I hope things get better. They genuinely do. I think that's the biggest word Pickle's ever said. Hey. Came out here looking for the brush. Although, to be honest, I was pretty sure it wasn't actually here. I just wanted to get out of luncheon. It's real hecked up in there. Are you going back in? Yowza. You do you, I guess. Oh, thank goodness you're okay. We can't find the brush anywhere. There's such a strange lingering feeling. Like something fundamental has broken. It's hard to describe. Well, you must be worried enough as it is. We're here for you, Pizza. Yeah, I'm it's hitting really hard the way that it's like everyone is showing support, yet you get the feeling that like Pizza feels this is all hollow. Maybe I just recognize with that, but yo. Oi. I've been cutting down all the little trees around here. Usually Beans takes care of stuff like that, but she's been busy lately with kid problems. Nice to finally get around to luncheon easier, though, ain't it? We're all trying to do our part to help right now. Oh, okay, so they're changing the world to account for the fact that we're just walking. Everything is in ruins now, but you'll fix it, right? Ah, I'm sorry, Pizza. I just don't know what to do. But I suppose you don't either. There you are. After you went in there, we found you unconscious outside. No brush in sight. You really spooked us. Especially Chicory. We didn't know when you'd wake up. Or if you would. Your folks must have been so relieved. Basil. Oh, it's such a relief to see you. Chicory is just ahead from here. She's been beside herself with worry. Oh, is this going to be a moment? Hey. Oh. I missed it again. I'm so sorry, Chicory. I messed everything up. The brush. It's gone. There's no way to fix this anymore. It's okay. I mean, no, it's not. But I'm glad you're okay. at least. Can I ask you something? Back when you first gave me the brush, did you really think it was a good idea? Did you really choose me? No. I just wanted to be free of it. The pressure, I mean, but also the whole institution. Having to choose. Having to answer to the legacy of old dead artists. Having to do or be anything. I needed to knock all that stuff down for myself. So you resented that legacy. Did you choose me because I was a bad choice? Is that all I mean to you? When I said you could take the brush, you were already holding it. You had already taken it and colored and faced a corruption and made it back. You were a living example that you don't have to be chosen to be capable. You showed me a possibility I hadn't considered. And you've only come farther since then. You shouldn't need to hear why you deserved it. You've already proved it yourself 1,000,000 times. But maybe you're missing the most important thing. What's that? Actually wanting it. I know you wanted to do it for me, but was it something you wanted for yourself? Hey, I'm glad we're addressing this. I'm shocked Chicory's the one bringing it up. I figured it would be someone in the family a minute ago. I never even asked, just forced it onto you. So I'm asking now. Did you want the brush? I did. I really, really did. I've always wanted to make a mark on the world. I want to be someone great like that. But I never felt like I was ready. You were the first person to ever give me the chance. And I let it slip through my fingers. I feel so horrible. But I wanted it. Now that it's gone, just like a part of me is missing. I can almost feel it. Like it's still there, right? I remember that. After being so connected to it. Like I couldn't get rid of it completely. No, it really feels like it's still there. Like I could just try drawing. Just one more time. Whoop. Scribble. Is it growing out of the ground? It's a new tree. Whoop. I love that look locked on Chicory's face. It's like, what? Hey, what? Hold on. What? What's happening? Get it. Get it. Hey, how long is this going to take, huh? Hey, buddy. I'm double parked. I got places to be. I was going to say, that's the other thing about it, right? Like, whoop, I moved the whole screen. Like, the brush was a part of the tree, right? And the tree came from nature. I don't think... I mean, I guess it does make sense that in... Ooh. Hey, it's a new one. It's a little one. You made a brand new brush? That's cool. Yeah, like it does make sense. Like, yeah, like, okay, whatever I was saying before about how whether or not to destroy the brush wasn't the conversation that was necessary to be having. Yeah, just like world lore wise, like, yeah, the brush was given by the world to the creatures in it. So, like, it makes sense that it is like, saying like the sort of homeostasis of the brush is used to destroy the corruptions, even though the brush, can also lead to the corruptions. Like, it makes sense that that's just a part of nature. It's not because it's a man-made institution. The institution was made around the natural system, What the heck? How did you... That's possible? I remembered how it felt, and I guess I brought it back. But that's not the same brush. That's your brush. Maybe for the first wielder, it was kind of the same. I knew what I wanted and how it felt. Like a muscle I'd never known to use before. Once I did, it was there. That's incredible. Does this mean I could try again? I can face that corruption one more time. I can still make everything right. I can do it. Pizza? Yeah, you can do it. Go and show him. Purple. No, pink. Purple. Whoop. Purple. Okay. Chicory, I'm doing it. I'm gonna go mess him up. Okay, round 2. New brush, new me. Let's do it. Oh, this is different. Oh, we're inside the tower. Whose room is this? Okay, this is Chicory's room. Oh, smudgy. Oh, smudgy. Oh, there's a thing over here, though. Smudgy. Oh, right. The bosses are always eyes. It's always people watching you. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Why didn't I put that together before? It's right there. Oh, are we fighting the brush itself? Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa. Okay. Okay. Right there. Okay, no, we're going, we're doing this. No, that one doesn't. Okay. Okay. Fighting the brush itself. Okay, but that is an interesting idea. That if the brush contains all of these dark things from Wielder's past, that the way to sort of you okay? The way to purge the system is to new brush. Who dis? Oh. Oh. I won't lie, the old school gamer part of me doesn't like that. It just like sort of being like, yep, nope, you lost, but we're just continuing. Oh. Ooh. Oh, hello. Ow. This one's wearing my custom shirt. Ow. Oh, and is using our custom palettes and stuff. Oh, what? Ow, what? Here? No. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's also our custom brush style. That's right. It's like I was saying, we're going to be facing all the previous wielders, right? Am I not hitting her? Ah! I can't. Ooh! Oh, damn. Did Chicory do it too? Did Chicory take off the cloak? Hell yeah. Pizza, I owe you a pretty big thank you. Because after seeing you make one of these, I've realized I could too. Turns out there's a lot I can do that I didn't think possible. I'm tired of feeling afraid and useless. I'm here for you this time. Let's take this thing down together. Okay, whoop. Zips, zips. Get over here. Ow, ow. Oh, Chicory picks you up! Fucking hell yeah! It's the way it should be! Okay, am I doing anything to control Chicory's painting? Do I need to be... There you go. Come on, get her ass. Get your own ass! Alright, that's you. Blackberry. Oh, we're gonna do the same thing now? Chicory catches real damage. Is Chicory gonna have trouble in this fight because it's Blackberry? That would be kind of cool and wild. Yeah, what does she aim at? It's not at us. It might be at what we paint. It might just be a timing thing until it works out. Oh. Come on, hit her. Whoop, right. I feel like this was the most recent boss that we fought, and I already don't remember her patterns. Ow! No. Help, Chicory. Okay. Get her. There we go. Who else? Who else is in here? Cardamom was in here. Yep. What's it doing? I think it's reverting all the way back to its original form. It's going to come at us with every wielder through all of history. No big deal, right? If you believe in me, Chicory. Well, even if you don't, I think we can do it. Oh, we gotta fight a tree? Alright. Fuck him up. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so when Chicory hits it, it's gonna do an AoE. Swoosh. But. Oh. Okay. Yeah, huh? This is definitely one of those where, like, I don't even care if it's not like the hardest boss fight in the game. The fact that it's finally the fact that you know, we're fighting this together. Chicory's here. This is like this is a form of her taking some sort of responsibility, and that's good to see. I guess we have just sort of made some discoveries about the nature of the brush that really have sort of mooted the question of who is the wielder, and do you take that back? Everybody's going to be a wielder now. That's the problem. Cardamom. I never put together that Cardamom was a wielder before. Did that come up anywhere? Bleh. Yeah, this paintbrush got zoning. Okay. No, we're good. No, I'm not good. And then up. It's the way it's supposed to be. I am a sucker for everything going on here. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Ah! There is a part of me that's not going to feel like I finish this game until I beat it with, like, actual, like, start over boss mechanics, like, don't get hit mechanics. It doesn't make it any less cool right now, though. There it is, and that's 3. Did it just release a lot of color and it's going to color the world on its own? No, those are some of my colors. Oh, no, wait. Now color's raining. Oh. Shush. Shush, credits. can't believe we actually did it. The brush is gone. Forever. Now that we've actually done it, do you think it's okay? It seems like kind of a big deal. That thing wasn't so special. If we both made new brushes, then I bet anyone can. Just have to teach them. Color could be free. I think whatever happens next is good. But it's not going to be easy to teach. I barely even know how I grew a brush myself. I could help you. But maybe not right now. I need a break. I hear that. Let's just enjoy this for today. And tomorrow, we change everything. Oh! Okay, so it was saving gifts all the time. Okay. Huh. I did write that in the sky. I did. That's on me. Oh. Oh, good. It's a lot of Kickstarter backers. Is everybody gonna do it?
Coming down the mountainside to find my way back home. I want to be where they can see. I can't do it alone.
Shout out to Pop Tart and Steggy. Oh. Just chillin'. Good. Good for them. Oh. I love a time lapse. I do love a time lapse, is the thing. Alright, some spots I missed. 16 hours! Okay, to be fair, I think a couple of hours of that, I was probably just here talking at the camera about some... just getting into some shit. Huh. Okay. I feel like... I feel like it juked out on resolving like elements of character arcs, that it was just like, hey, now we're gonna moot them a little bit. I feel, although some they did just like address, but they didn't make the addressing of it the climax. Like that little thing in the end about, okay, I guess Chicory and Blackberry talked. No idea if they worked it out, but if they talked at all, that's... I don't really need to know how that resolved. Really, you didn't even need that. I'm glad that was in there. I don't think that was even necessary to the story, really, but it made me feel better. But the idea that they addressed, you know, did Pizza want the brush, or did they just want to help their friend? But they... Man, that was right at the beginning of the game, but I'm trying to remember the tone of it. And I want to say it was like... There was an eagerness in like the taboo-ness of like, oh, the brush is a special thing. You telling me I could do the special thing? And that sort of... The way I remember that did sort of like... It was that plus the... Well, you know, if Chicory can't do it, really, I'm only doing it because I'm helping Chicory. At that point, yeah, helping Chicory was kind of the excuse to get your hands on the brush. All right, so... Like, you gotta admit, it wasn't just a lie. There was an earnest want to help Chicory, to even if not become friends, just, you know, help out this person you admire. You know, there's absolutely a thing there. It's just that it also was an excuse to make this other thing happen. Especially because as we went along, like, I think at that point, there was almost like a, like an earnest colors in the world element of it. Like, oh, Pizza's like just this like sort of like a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, maybe kind of bumbling janitor type. So, like, oh, maybe bubbled into it. But as we played more of the game, we really got a sense of, like, no, actually, Pizza is, like, this, you know, maybe not book smart, but a shocking amount of, like, emotional intelligence and a surprising amount of self-awareness at that rate, too. Like, wasn't always confident in bringing up, you know, emotional issues that they were having, but like honestly was very quickly aware of a lot of them. And okay, maybe that's game pacing, but 20 hours for that game. Wow. So at that point, yeah, in retrospect, yeah, they didn't really like bumble into picking it up. They were happy to have this earnest excuse, like it was an earnest want to help. It also was really convenient as an excuse to play with this other thing. And also I feel like really late they introduced this idea of like, it almost feels weird to me because the idea that actually what Chicory wanted wasn't just to escape the pressures of being the wielder and the element of having an identity crisis of, if you are defined by the pursuit of this thing, who are you once you obtain it? Like that in itself could be like a whole way to take, the third act of her character arc. But then I feel like really late they sort of brought it in just like, oh yeah, no, I hated it so much I wanted to destroy the whole thing. And what if we ended the cycle of being a wielder? And that's the part that made the whole, whether or not Chicory was taking responsibility or exploiting pizza kind of made that moot. Like they come in and say, it's like, oh no, I wanted the brush all along. And also it's not like we're going to keep this thing of, the legacy and the responsibility of being the wielder. That's not actually going to be a question going forward. And that's the part that really feels like a bit of a juke to me, of just saying like, oh yeah, no, this like big lingering question over the whole top, it's not actually going to be a question. We're going to make it not the point. And like, I feel like if you're going to do that, bring that up earlier. So that way you have, not to say like to earn it, but to say like, oh, okay, this is a way that we're going to go with it. Okay, let's, give you time to readjust your expectations. Because right now, I feel it feels like a cheap juke because they introduced it really late, and I had these I had some strong expectations, and then it ended up not delivering on them, but in a way that still I think is totally valid. I think the idea of like Chicory wanting to if Chicory wanted to sort of destroy the wielder system so badly, then like why did she bother with visiting all the trials? Like maybe you could say that was something like, oh, in order to ease her mind and feel like she is giving up the responsibility of it, she's going to go through the process that she went through, as in like, this is how I got here, this is how I'm getting out of it. But like I think the idea that the pressure of the responsibilities of the wielder leading Chicory to despise the whole system, I think that is a super legit like motivation for that character. But it was like only halfway through this game that she like came down from the calm of or she calmed down from the like the being enraptured by the pressure and the stress and the panic and the her major episode she was having, however you want to define it. And it really feels like this, like, I don't even know if I would say whiplash, but it feels like maybe what wasn't earned was her not dedication, but like her confidence in the idea that that's what she wanted, was to do something to disrupt the whole system. Like that just really feels like it came up very late and very out of nowhere to me. I don't know if I feel like, I mean, and then also she joins you in the last battle. Like I was hoping or figuring something like that would happen, or like I almost thought it was going to go the other way where, but like, okay, so it kind of feels like a redemption arc because she is kind of making up for everything she put on Pizza by finally helping Pizza and joining in the fight, and they actually work together. It's not just like a mentor mentee thing anymore. It is, that is like the thematic of, hey, we are peers now, right? Which like making like, so like the ability to make a new brush is what sort of gave Pizza the internal validation to finally feel special. To see, that's like an interesting one, right? Because there's a lot to be said about like, yeah, imposter syndrome is about getting a position that you have always recognized as special, but not feeling yourself special enough to actually fit it. And so rather than being about how to deal with that feeling, we just get this very sudden and like, I don't know, like almost like overly dramatic in a way, like Chicory being able to even like, if it was like a single twig that came up that was the brush, like that would have been this small thing that was surprising, but also I think being able to just create something to create a brush out of nothing, never mind the whole tree, but like just to create like a single brush would have been to be like, oh, like that, like what Pizza, the way that imposter syndrome was resolved was Pizza gained evidence, had a discovery about themselves, a sense of like, it's internal and external validation at the same time. It is a trait about them that surprised themselves and they didn't even know they could do, that was finally evidence to them that they were special enough to take on the brush, and that's why that's how they overcame that, and that moved on. And that's like it almost feels to me like an unfair resolution of that specific arc, because actually getting that kind of like self-convincing evidence in real life is so rare. It's not impossible. Like I feel like that maybe that has happened to me. I can't think of it, but like, you know, no, that was the thing. Like at some point, sometimes you do like look back at your own track record and you do go, no, you know what, maybe I have like earned my place here, even if I was faking it for a while. Maybe now I do fit here. Like that is a way that it can go. But that was just like such a sudden twist that I'm just like, okay, like fine, that was quick, but fine. And again, kind of feels like it just ended the imposter syndrome. It didn't really resolve it. It almost like a Deus Ex Machina to brush from the ground, you know. Like I thought for a second, you know, Pizza was just gonna like draw the brush and just like summon the same brush, but the idea of fighting the brush as the end boss, making it like a possessed item, and being like, oh no, the brush actually contains the darkness of the lineages, is just like that's another thing that feels like it's so big that like it would have been sort of foreshadowed a little more directly, because there was, you know, there's a whole thing about like, oh, it's not just you or me in there, it's both of us, and it's Blackberry. Oh, who else is it? And like those always read to me as guesses, right? Because if you want to look at those, like I have my own theories about ghosts. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with this for a second. I have my own theories about ghosts that, like, the sort of classic tradition, the sort of classic idea is like a ghost is created when somebody is killed in a moment of like intense emotion, which is why when you see a ghost, it is always like, oh, it's eternally laughing or eternally crying or eternally angry or whatever, and like whatever that powerful emotion was so powerful it lingers after death, right? The emotion lives on without the person, and that's the ghost. Okay, my sort of take on it is, why does somebody have to die? Theoretically, you could generate a ghost from an emotion intense enough that even like once the if the person who experienced it doesn't even die, but just the emotion lingers, and occasionally it rekindles, it retouches you, it shows its face again. Like, I consider myself haunted by people and emotions who are still very much alive. Honestly, that's the way I feel often. Um and so I took what they were saying as more like guesses, because everything else we were seeing was sort of following a sort of like ghostly like thing, where it was, oh, blackberry has, because the only ones we actually saw in trees were chicory, um, blackberry, and pizza. And if there had been, another one which was just like, okay, I just fought a ghost of somebody who, I just fought the lingering, darkness of somebody who I've never met. I'm pretty sure they died 3 generations ago. It was, you go like 3/4 of the way back and it's like, oh, I just fought him. Okay, this is something lingering in the brush. But from the way that this was presenting it, I definitely got the read of just like, it's like, oh no, these are the like ghosts of things that have happened from people, like, so like in a way that like, if a tree grew in the same place, because we defeated, a couple of chicory ones and a pizza one and a blackberry one, those ghosts were defeated, and new trees would have new ghosts of the new wielders, right? So like, if the cycle were to continue, 2 or 3 wielders down the line would be facing, maybe still 1 or 2 pizzas, and I don't know, Pickle is gonna get his hands on a brush and get up to some shit, and I don't know, P seems very cute and is probably gonna end up doing something creative, or maybe, who knows, but like, those wielders would be the ghosts fought in the trees by a later wielder, right? So the idea that like, no, actually they're all contained in the brush is like, sure, it makes sense. That's just like, that fits in with stuff that I felt like were being sort of broadcast as like loose, not entirely correct assumptions. But like, okay, yeah, I guess this thing you were guessing at, and were this thing that they were like piecemeal gathering clues of, the assumption they came to from that was like they still weren't technically correct, but I feel like the truth of it didn't actually match the elements of the clues that I recognize them as missing, like, I was like, oh no, they're not quite right, it's like this, and then actually the game was like, oh no, they're not quite right, but it's like this, and I'm like, okay, sure, we can do it like that if you want, but that doesn't necessarily check out to me as right either. But all right, you just said that's the case, so all right. But yeah, so it feels like a little, some of these things, and like that's the thing, right? Because I was saying like, the final boss of the game would make sense if it was like this. So many of the earlier bosses were like direct abstractions of contending with, mental issues abstracted into video game boss fights. But they were very directly like, oh, there are conversations happening during these, and these are thematically very hard conversations happening. Then for the final boss, it kind of feels like it dropped the ball because a lot of the arcs that were still in play kind of just got resolved, and then we fought the brush in a way that like didn't feel it was representing anything. I think that's part of why it feels like a juke to me, because it didn't match, it didn't culminate in the same like sort of thematic and abstracted way as it had done so strongly for the rest of the game. Like that ending just feels a little rushed, honestly. I was expecting maybe like 3 more chapters, not just ending there. Still, this game slaps. Like honestly, like, so that's the thing, is a little disappointing. You touch on so much stuff, and you present it like realistically. You present it, like healthy examples of the way these things can go, including even like how it can go wrong and then you recover from that. The fight with Pizza and Chicory powered by her demons, and then it's a conversation, and at the end of it there's a cool down, both sides apologize, and it's like, okay, we've brought these things up, we've talked about them, how are we going forward? And they go forward in support and care because they empathize with each other at this point, right? There's so many good things going on here. And then to just sort of like give resolution to a lot of these arcs that are so well handled otherwise, rather than, follow that path of being somewhere. Like, I would have been fine if there was stuff that didn't resolve. It almost feels cheaper that like everything got a sort of like very quick, like, oh no, yeah, no, I do feel better about this. Like, it's like that feels like what cheapens it, because like that's not the realistic. The realistic thing is sometimes the climax and the happy ending is you make minor progress. So like it's like they so to go through and be like, actually we're gonna solve everything in this very quick way, it's just like, I don't know if it let me down, but I feel like it let itself down for everything else that it was doing. Then again, I am a sucker, and that final boss fight where you and Chicory are working together, that I was trying not to cry the whole fight, because that is exactly the kind of stuff I'm a sucker for, is seeing friends working together and finally getting in it. And it's like, no, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it together. And every time you fell down and Chicory picks you up, oh, I love that. I love that. I don't mind if you make some of the hardest stuff in the game impossible to fail if you have this like this emotionally charged like explanation for why the failsafe has gone away. Especially if it's because it's like people caring and supporting for each other. Yes, give me that all the time. Give me more of that. This game still slaps though. I'm not going to take that away from it. The ending is maybe a little weak for how well I felt it was doing all the way up until that point, but this game still rules. Alright, anything after this map? Want to save a GIF of that map? No thanks. Thanks for playing. Oh, okay. What happens if we continue? End of an era. Oh, This stuff is perfect. We could use it for art classes for a while. I totally forgot the tower was already stocked with supplies. Hadn't used this studio in so long. Did a good job keeping the dust away, though. I told you I was a good janitor. The only thing left for me to do is finally move out of here. Traditionally, the wielder lives in the tower, but, well, there's no such thing as a wielder anymore, right? So we'll transform the tower into a community space. I just have to figure out where to move to. You've been all over Picnic, right? Think you could help me pick a new place to live? Oh, yes. Sure. Thanks. I've been in decision paralysis this whole time. No kidding. I need someone who can just tell me where to go. You got Chicory flag. I'll start setting your decor menu. If you find a place that seems good, put it there and come let me know. Okay, I'll start packing up my room. I'm sure you've got plenty to do too. See you around, okay? Huh. I love that Pete's got the new brush now. Oh, we're still up there. Oh, wow. I'm all packed up. But, before I move out of here, I think we should redecorate this room, don't you? Could be a community workspace. Anyone could come to work on their own things. That'd be pretty neat. Have any decor you could use for that? Oh, jeez. I mean, yes. Oh, even the brush on the menu changed. Oh, that's good. I love little details. I love little details. Oh, my God. Okay. I did just get a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, heck yeah. Heart lamp. Floor. Beach towel. Okay. Picnic blanket. Germ rug. These are rugs? If you insist. Welcome, son. Yes. Let's talk about the antique rug. Put this over. Oh, if we're going to put that there, then we should have. This is just like a nice chill corner. You can talk a little bit about what you're going to work on. Let's go to objects. I still have a bunch of art stuff in here, don't I? Yeah, here we go. Studio desk, blank canvas. Here's the brush statue. Oh, it's a big paint tube. Oh, I did not realize when they said paint tube it would be huge. Oh gosh. Here's a landscape easel. Here's some Theodore Giesel. Brush jars. Yeah, just fill it with the stuff. Miscellaneous paints. I like the rolling table. I've liked the rolling table all along, truly. I'm going to keep us from being able to get out of here. Supply shelf. That can go right here, right? Yeah. Trampoline. Oh, we have an armoire. Oh, no, it's armoire, like with the heart lamp, so it makes sense to put that there. Okay. What do you think? To make this a decent workspace, I think a lot of seating is essential. Plus wall decorations and plants to make it feel nice. Maybe some other random things? Okay, so more seats. And plants. Okay. Yeah, no, I can fit some plants in here. I think. Really just plant it up in here. Right there. Succulents. And I'm going to put one more seat in case that's what she meant. Oh, a cushion. Right there. And right there. Bless you. How about that? Ah, yeah, this is it. The vibe here is way better now. Thanks, pizza. Let me know if you find a place I should move on to. Okay. Wait. Whoop. You have more to say? I spent so much time in here, feeling frozen and scared. It's gonna feel good to finally be somewhere else. If you do find a good spot from a new house, put my flag there from your decor menu. Then come let me know. Okay. We should find a place for Chicory, right? Where would Chicory like? Oh, the music's back. Oh, these are still here. Well, I can help a little bit. I do like that they're like growing into actual trees now. That's a nice enough resolve. Color map. Oh, okay. Nah. There's one up here. Did you really never get the full moon? Let's see how full moon right now. The full moon. I still don't. I got so much stuff and I still don't know what that means. The full moon? Foxy. Elf. Heroes. The full moon. Rex head. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Oh, I should take the wielder cape off because that's not it. Big star. There is like some sort of remixing going on here, isn't it? Oh, right, this thing. Hey, I made you pink before. Bop. Nope. Bop. Bop. Where are we going? I do. Where would Chicory like? Chicory likes... I don't think we want to take Chicory to Simmer Springs, Brunch Canyon, Big Drink, Gulp Swamp, Banquet Forest. I feel like all of those are sort of places for loners, and I'll be honest, even though Chicory's in a better place now because she doesn't have all the pressure on her, I don't think being alone would be good for her because she would want, like, this is a fairly recent thing, and you don't want her, like, to have no distraction from reminiscing on it and sort of like falling back into it. But also I don't think like dinners would be that good because that is almost whiplash from going into too much socializing and activity after that. Maybe potluck though. Potluck's a pretty nice like middle town, right? Or maybe 11sies. Is this our parents' house? Yay. Mom. Pizza. I heard you grown a new brush, but I almost didn't believe it. Who knew you were such a special, amazing person? Well, I did. But I think you've shown the world now, too. I always believed in you. We were outside when colors started falling from the sky. It was so beautiful. Where did that all come from? I guess it was from the old brush exploding? Wow. That's grim, but it was beautiful. She's right. Way to go, kiddo. Well, I always knew you were a great kid. But what you did with that brush, it's pretty, heroic, you know? I didn't know my kid was so cool. It's enough to make a guy tear up. Yay. Okay. See, here's the only reason why I might not say potluck is because... Also... Actually, I think this is why this might be good, because Chicory was the wielder. If you listen to Pizza, she was a very good wielder. It was the responsibilities of the position that really hurt her. I think she might be okay taking up some sort of mentor position somewhere. Oof. And so being... I forgot about this, dude. Being somewhere near the art school where, you know, mentor services would be appreciated might be a good position. And what happens if I call home?
Call home and get a hit on what to do next?
Yeah, tell me what's up. Listen, I know I just visited, but... hello? Hi, Mom. Oh, Pizza. It's so nice to hear from you. How are you doing?
You explain your whole situation to Mom.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, if you're asking me, for starters, it looks like you beat the entire game. But there's still plenty for you to do. There's a fellow in the eastern outskirts of Dinners, behind a fence. Apparently he needs help with something graffiti related. Oh, right. I don't know anything about it, but maybe you should talk to him. At least, that's what I think. Thanks for calling, Pizza. Whatever it is, I know you can do it.
Man, didn't even ask Dad to come on the phone.
Right. Grits and y'alls. Oh, the donut. Oh, what if Chicory got in on baking? I don't want to put a flag down just yet. God, you think Chicory had decision? Actually, you know what? I will. It'll be near here, but I'm going to try putting it on this screen. Unless it is going to be about, like, hey, actually place it in a... I'm going to put it there for now. See how that goes. What? East of Dinners, behind a fence, we're in Potluck. That's Dinners. Oh, that was, up in here. Graffiti. Didn't we do that for whoever that was? I want to go up the Sift River. That's what I want to do right now. God, it is like a slurping noise, and that is somewhat upsetting. Yeah, if I'm going to do all the present stuff, get the rest of the gifts, I'm going to do that on my own. But here we go. Here we go. What's here? Nope. 2. This one? I think that's what I want here. Yeah. I do have a green for the ground. Ooh, now what color are the walls going to be around here? Yeah, I could do the orange. Oh, it looks like Minecraft. I did a Minecraft by accident. Okay. What's this gift? You got Royal. Oh, yeah. Special kid. Alright. I think that's actually where I'm going to leave it here for the stream. Where we are going to end this playthrough of Chicory. That was hell of something. As much as I have to... Here, how do I get out of here? That's how I get out of here. As much as I, like, sounded disappointed with the end, I don't know, it's still kind of fresh. It did break, you know, my expectations and my hopes for how the game was going to resolve. But it didn't really do anything wrong. Everything worked. It didn't break any of its own logic, really. It introduced some stuff, like, really suddenly and late in order to, you know, sort of, like, you know, almost offhandedly resolve some of the major themes going on. That being said, the whole thing was good. everything it did in terms of like for the majority of it, at least, what it did for like representing and demonstrating relationships and how, you know, ways of you know, what it's like to be under mental stress, and what it did in terms of like subverting expectations of video games even. And it has co-op. I didn't even... You think that just means two brushes? I don't know. But yeah, it just... This game absolutely slaps, beginning to more or less end. You know, it's... I'll probably chill on how I feel about that as time goes on. But this game is fantastic. I love pretty much everything about it. This might be a game that I just enjoyed so much, I might go back and get the rest of the stuff. I don't do that very much with games because it's like I have my time with the game, and then it's just like I don't do a lot of cleanup. I do as much as I want to, but I've always had my fill by the time I hit the end of a game. But this is a joy to be in. I like the characters. I appreciate the kind of world that they have crafted here, and the things presented and demonstrated, and just so much about what they have put in here. The ways you not necessarily interact with the world, but just like this is a weirdly like, I feel like saying it's a realistic utopia is kind of strong, but there is a lot of like, there is bad shit that exists in the world, but it does a lot to sort of show you how you can exist in a world that has some like some shitty stuff in it, based on some really realistic, you know, some really realistic shitty stuff in it, but also it is one that is still filled with like joy and hope and support and people who are doing their best, and like, you know, so it's not like a paradise, but I think it is like pretty much everyone in this game, I think, is being like the best person they can be, and people aren't perfect, but I love that everyone here has like a healthy mindset, even with flaws in mind, and everyone has like just enough depth that it doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like Animal Crossing villagers who are kind of, you know, kind of like caricatures of kinds of people. These feel like they're sort of people, warts and all, but even the people who are messing up are trying their best, and they feel surprisingly real. That's a crazy thing to me. They are both surprisingly real and pretty much all people I would not mind being surrounded with. It's I play a lot of games based on these are places that I would like to hang out in, but the idea of this is a world filled with people who I would like to be surrounded by, that basically never happens for me. So there's a lot of extra special things about this game and the stuff going on in it. Yeah, I'm glad this exists. I don't know. I'm still a bit overwhelmed by just like how good it is and the things it does. That I have no idea how to sum it up. I have feelings that I can't put into words about this game, and that's good. That's probably good for a game to be that powerful and just special. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this stream. I'm always bad with like endings. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. This whole playthrough, minus part 2, which I lost, but I am gonna go and record to fill the gap. Oh no, I'm gonna have to start a new game for that. Okay, so I'll have to 100% it soon so I can feel okay wiping it to get that. I'm gonna go record the missing part and fill it back in afterwards. And this will be good. This is a game. I don't know if you know somebody who. Do what you will. I'm glad that I saw this game and I was able to share it, and I hope there are people who would not have played this who have now checked it out because it's cool, and I would love for more people to see what this game has going on, because there's a lot to appreciate here. Yeah, it was already an emotional day, and this was a hell of a thing to close out on. This also means when you come back next week, we'll be doing something else. I got options. I'll have to pick one of them. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to throw my hands up and say until next time, thanks for hanging out, and take care of one another. Have a great weekend.